Hey guys, welcome back to the Roissy Reader. Today's installment will be a reading of the article entitled The Reason Beta Males Pedestalize Women, originally published March 30th, 2012. Why do so many betas harbor gauzy delusions about female sexual nature? Why are monogamously inclined traditionalists, manginas, and white knights so quick to sanctify women and paint their misbehavior in a rose-colored hue, while simultaneously offering unconditional support and shit-lapping amen choruses for women when they accuse men of committing a litany of hackneyed misdeeds? I'm here to provide what I believe is the most parsimonious answer to this riddle. That being, beta males are rarely in a position to witness the worst of women. Put yourself in the typical beta male's shoes. He spends a good chunk of his horniest years, teens to mid-20s, when holes in watermelons look like acceptable vagina substitutes, pining for the ethereal hot chicks who don't pay him a lick of attention as they swoop by him on a cloud of incandescent purity. He sees them only from afar, where his imagination is free to feverishly fill in the gaps with only the most pleasant assumptions about his dream girls. When the rare communication does occur, she is as nice and kind as a saint to him. He is too smitten to recognize the hint of pity and condescension laced in her polite chat. Later, usually college, he fumbles his way through awkward social interactions with plainer Janes, the great majority of which will end up with him being used for an emotional sponging and a ball-twisting, torturous friendship. All of these girls are exceedingly, superficially kind to him because, after all, why look a gift herb in the mouth? A girl loves beta male attention, as long as it's platonic, on her terms, extractive, and focused on feeding her ego. Naturally, these girlfriends never talk about their sex lives with the beta, never reveal what really goes on behind closed doors, and never invite the beta to join them on any adventures that really matter to him. Contrary to media popularization, betas rarely hear "this one time at band camp" from the girls in their social circles. What they often hear instead are requests for help with term papers. Then, due more to a combination of luck and ovulation cycle timing, rather than bold effort or charm, the inoffensive beta male might find himself in a fledgling relationship with some semi-cute shut-in nearly as awkward as he and already past her beauty prime. She really likes him and treats him well, more sincerely than the cuter girls who made a sport of cock-teasing him at any rate. But like Rat Ratner from Fast Times, he labors for months and months, waiting patiently for her to put out. For a reason beyond his knowledge, she is an extremely modest girl. He interprets her chasteness as evidence of a woman's all-around goodness and saintliness. But of course, he is sort of pissed off that she won't satisfy him without months of getting to know each other warm up. When he finally does bust that cherry, after painful years wandering in the celibate desert, it's all he can do to stop himself mentally affixing a halo atop his girlfriend's head and pronouncing all women the undistilled essence of goodness. A few pitiable betas, like those with bitch tits, horizontally stretched navels, and receding chins who wear "this is what a feminist looks like" t-shirts, get trapped in sporadically sexual relationships with man-jawed femme cunts at grad school, mostly because long-winded bull sessions among their kind occasionally spin up enough libidinous energy to resolve in PBR-fueled late-night groping, which is promptly regretted and or rationalized by one or both parties the next morning, usually the girl. Eventually, the beta male gets married, and his lack of experience, that being 1 to 3 lifetime partners on average, has cultivated in him a strong inability to read women's signals, which sometimes leads him into blissful ignorance where infidelities can linger for years unnoticed and surprise, I have a divorce paper gambits accost him like hammer blows to the head. Mostly, though, he floats through his marriage thinking the best of his wife and the worst of himself should feelings turn sour or the sex dry up. Because this is just what men are supposed to do when a woman is less than happy. Take the blame. Women are the weaker sex, after all. The beta male pedestalizes women because 1, that's all women have deigned to show him of their sexual inner world, and 2, he cannot bear the contrary thought, affirming and cementing, as it does, his lackluster place on the sexual totem pole. As for the women, those few who have not experienced the thrill of the alpha male are nearly as chaste as the beta imagines, because they have never been tempted. All they know are a parade of beta males, whom they occasionally lash out at for unwittingly stifling their truest desires, but who, for the most part, they treat in a non-toxic manner that buttresses heavenly notions about their secretive natures. A woman is ever aware of the precariousness of her reputation, and this goes double in rural outposts of heavy religiosity. And so the beta male has his crimped worldview confirmed by the asexual, undersexual women in his life. But should he ever step outside his unpillowed existence, take that daring step into the gritty, grimy world where the female id roams free across fruited plains of phalluses, he will find out that a bigger universe has existed all along, enveloping the bubble of his life, surging with unleashed energies just out of his reach. And if his soul isn't killed dead right then and there from shock, he'll cross the boundary into this new world. He won't really have a choice, and never look back. Nor will he ever again blindly assume the purest of women's motivations. The stronger among them do with this newfound knowledge the following: acknowledge, accept, incorporate, delimit. He rules his knowledge, but he does not let it rule him. Such boundary crossing is indeed rare. The beta and the alpha male worlds are almost as separate and distinct now as they have been since the dawn of anonymous urban living, though that is changing. If betas knew what alphas experience, it would blow their minds, completely and utterly. Out from under the judgmental eye of proper society, equipped with the requisite beauty to pay the price of admission, the wild female libido is an insatiable, crass, debased force. It is willing to surrender to the most vile sexual plunderings, screaming in ecstatic pleasure at every enthusiastically welcomed violation. Women of the sweetest daytime dispositions and most innocent countenances, smartly coiffed women in demure business suits who expound dryly on cost revenue projections and wait in tidy lines for healthy lunch alternatives, will unleash vaginal hell in the arms of alpha lovers, squirting glorious love over dominant men who swap them like baseball cards, presenting like beasts in heat for throbbing units in dank dive bar restrooms, casually spreading as far as they can go in locked office room for illicit lovers, giggling in breathy whispers in their lover's ear about the clear and present danger of getting caught, deliberately effusing a fake sorrow for the cheated-on boyfriend back home and who's unaware, bemusing wistfully about a history of letting alpha lovers snort coke off her ass whilst claiming another headache to evade hubby's entreaties. Beta males will never see this world. To them, it doesn't exist, and that's exactly how women want it. That will conclude today's entry. This has been the Roissy Reader with The Reason Beta Males Pedestalize Women. As always, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.